I built an AI Facebook Messenger chatbot that answers your customers' questions, captures their emails, and also sells to them 24/7. And I did all of this without knowing how to code or use complicated AI workflows. Let me show you how. So first, we actually need to know what we're building. What we're building is a Facebook Messenger AI chatbot that knows how to answer customer questions. It also can capture customers' emails or phone numbers. And third, it knows your business inside out so it can sell to customers 24/7 without you needing to be there all the time. So how do we actually do all of this? So of course, this AI needs to know about your brand information. The AI needs to know your brand context information and knowledge base information and knowledge base. It also needs to know your brand voice, tone, example, messages, right? So the AI needs to know both this so it can output messages that sounds exactly like you, right? So later on, we're going to use a tool that does all of this for you without any spaghetti flows, complex workflows, or even knowing how to code. It uses plain English. If you know English, you can build this AI chatbot that answers your customer questions, capture your customers' emails or phone numbers, and sells to them 24/7 without having you to be there. And one cool thing about this software that we're going to use is that it has a thing called actions. And what this does is it allows your AI to use all your brand information and your brand voice, tone, and example messages that you give this AI, and it performs actions on your behalf, collecting emails, phone numbers, and if you have a Shopify store, it can even look up orders and help customers. And one more cool thing that it can do is that it can take all the information it collected from your customers, like the emails, the names, the phone numbers, and it can push all of this into your email platform. So you can send them welcome flows and email flows and remarket to them over and over again, right? If you're handling dozens and thousands of Facebook messages and you're feeling overwhelmed or you just can't keep up, this is the perfect workflow for you. So head over to meetalto.ai over here. And once you're in the dashboard, you can go to settings, and then you can connect your Facebook or Instagram pages right here. It uses the official Meta integration. So it's a verified Meta tech partner, and it uses the official Meta business integration. So you don't have to worry about getting banned or violating Facebook or Instagram's guidelines. So once you've connected all your pages, it will appear right here. And to create an AI chatbot that answers your customers' messages, first is head over to AI training, scan your website right here. And then what it will output is your company name, your company email, and also some brand guidelines that will help your AI answer customers' questions. It's simple as that. You do not need to configure anything else. But if you see that the example replies can be improved and fit more towards your brand voice, you can edit them right here. So once you've done that, head over to knowledge sources, and this is where you'll upload your brand information, your brand knowledge base, and any other FAQs that will help the AI answer your customers' questions and get to know your brand better on your behalf. So for example, you can add pricing FAQs. So type in pricing FAQs, for example, like this, or pricing questions. And then you can let the AI know about your product's pricing or your services pricing. There's also a free plan, which costs, of course, $0. Today's pro plan is $29, right? So once you've entered the information, press save snippet, and then the AI will ingest it and learn from your brand information right here. Another cool thing that Meet Alto can do is that it can hide spam and profanity and negativity comments for you automatically. So just head over to moderation, click on a page that you want to moderate, and then turn on the moderation setting. So hide spam, hide profanity, hide negativity, hide any spam URLs, hide any emails or phone numbers. And you can even apply this to both moderation to both post and ads. So by now, you've configured your website, your brand guidelines, your knowledge sources, including your brand information, any context the AI needs to answer your customer questions, basically everything Alto needs to learn about your brand. So once you've done all that, head over to AI rules. And over here, you'll actually configure the AI settings. There's no spaghetti workflows, no complex automations that you need to learn, or any code that you need to learn too. So head over here, select a page that you would want to. So over here is automation rules for comments. This is where you'll configure the AI reply for comments. And then over here is automation rules for DMs. This is where you'll configure the automation rules for the DMs. So let's configure automation rules for comments first. So by default, it has no automation. So that means the AI is currently not working. And then once you head over here, you can set to only comments that needs a reply. For example, questions, product complaints, concerns, or you can set it to every reply or every comment in this case. Same thing for DMs. You can set it to only needs reply, which again is per questions, anything that customers ask you and that you need to answer right away. Or you can just set it to every DM, which is of course every DM you receive. Another cool thing about Meet Alto is that you can configure the automation settings. And so there's human in the loop, auto reply to only high confidence, or auto reply to all. So human in the loop is that the AI will generate a reply for you based on your brand guidelines, and then it will send you the draft for you to approve. So this is a great way to start off where you don't really trust the AI just yet. You want to configure and kind of feedback how the AI responds to your customers. And then once you feel like the AI is working and is on brand, you can set it to reply to only high confidence, which is only for comments and DMs, which the AI is really confident based on your brand guidelines and tones that it will only send out the DM automatically for you or the comments. And then if you press the reply to all setting, that will not send you any drafts, have any fallback, and it'll send all the comments and DMs automatically on your behalf. So I recommend setting human in the loop first for you to see how the AI actually responds. So for low confidence, you can set it to save as a draft. That means it'll send you the draft if it's not confident in its own comment, or do nothing, or just press always send. Another cool thing about Meet Alto is that you can set do not reply to rules. So for example, for comments, if you would like to respond to just the top comment only, you can set threaded comments, or you can set do not reply to comments that contain an emoji, or just one word, or just a mention. So these are usually comments that you do not need to reply to. For example, some comments with emojis or one word like cool or nice, you don't really need to respond to. So this helps you filter it out and helps you respond to comments that actually needs a reply. After all of that, you can set the automation to apply to both post, organic posts, or your ad, Facebook and Instagram ads. Once you've configured all those settings, head over to AI Playground. This is where you'll actually test your AI for comments and DMs over here too. Just head over to the page selector, choose your page, and then test a comment. For example, this sucks, right? Generate an example reply, and then wait for the AI to reply or think about the context, and then it will generate an output for you just like this. So for example, for this comment, this sucks, right? The comment itself, if you have set moderation settings, it will be hidden, right? So this is correct. This is considered a profanity and negativity, so it will be hidden. But if you don't have moderation settings on, this would be the reply that the AI would send out. So it's kind of apologizing for whatever the trouble is, and then it redirects the customer to the DMs to de-escalate the situation. So what Meet Alto is that it's kind of like an AI assistant for your Facebook and replies to your customers instantly with your brand voice and your brand information. So you can save a bunch of time, a bunch of money hiring people, and make even more sales without you having to actually be there. So let's head over to the D right now. So for example, let's select fulfilled supplements. So this is a D chat test with the page filled supplements, and then you can just test out your AI right here. So you can just type, for example, hi there, and then it will generate the chat exactly how it would reply to your customers right here. So there we go. It says, hey, how can I help you today? Let's say, what products do you offer? So for this page, since we have a lot of pages under fulfilled, like under this account, it might not generate the best reply because we also haven't added all the context and all the information for all the pages, like all the different pages. But this is just how the AI will respond. So since we added knowledge sources for Meet Alto, this is what it would respond if it was answering for Meet Alto's page. We help brands turn social engagement into one-to-one conversations, the one-line selling point, and then it goes into the main features right here. And then it asks a question, want me to point you to the best fit for X brand right here. So for your brand. So there's kind of a structure to this where as you can see, it did pretty well without having any information about Meet Alto or very limited information about Meet Alto. And also we selected filled supplements right here where we would select Meet Alto right here as well. So it answers your customers' questions, and it also directs to replying to you also by asking another question. For example, want me to point you to the best fit for X, for example. Once you've tested all of that and you're good with your AI, head over to the inbox section, and in the inbox section, you can see comments and DMs. So for comments, it's just a list of all your comments synced into Meet Alto. And then what you can do is that you can like the comments, reply to the comments, or even send a private message through the comment from Meet Alto too. So for example, let's just click a comment right over here. It will automatically go to the comment down here, and then you can click either hide or reply, right? And then you can reply to your customers on social media directly from Meet Alto in this all-in-one inbox right here. Let's head over to DMs. In the DM section, it's the same exact thing. You have all your DMs synced on the left side over here, and on the right side, it's the DM chat over here. So again, you can send emojis, send images or videos, and even attach a voice note to your customers on Facebook or Instagram. So if you're in need of a all-in-one inbox for all your pages or all your social media, this is the perfect, most simple and intuitive tool for your business. So by now I've shown you how it answers customers' questions, and it sells to your customers 24/7 by answering their questions and directing them to the sale, right? But I haven't shown you how it captures customers' emails or phone numbers yet. So let's go to that right now. So for the AI to capture customers' phones and emails, head over to campaigns. This is where you'll create campaigns that either sells your products for you or captures customers' phones, emails, and contact information. So head over here, click create campaign. This is where you'll select all the templates that we have for Instagram and Facebook automation. So we have auto comment DM, which if they interact with your stories, you can send them a DM, story mention reply, DM to DM, live to DM, or the AI DM agent which takes care of all this for you and acts like an autonomous customer service and sales agent for your business. So let's head over to auto comment to DM for now to keep things more simple. Click next, select a page. You can select a specific post right here. Select keyword matching. This is where you'll select a keyword, for example, link. If a person comments link, then your AI would send them a DM. So configure a keyword, for example, link right here. Press next. And this is where you'll actually configure the automation, which your AI would use and respond to your customers. So let's say that we're trying to get leads for our business through sending a free ebook. So to send a free ebook, we would want in return your customer's email. To get this and to respond to hundreds, even thousands of customers that want this ebook, it would take forever and it would be physically impossible. So what Meet Alto does is that it handles this process for you. Let me show you how. So head over to the opening direct message over here, toggle it on, and then in here, this will be your first message to your customer when they comment and you send them a DM. If it's for the ebook, then say, for example, thanks for your comments. Just click the button below and send you the ebook, right? And then once the person clicks the button right here, which is super simple on the Facebook interface, then we will send the next message, which is, for example, here's your exclusive link. Click the button below to check it out. And then you can add your website and button text right here. And then when they click that, for example, let's Meet Alto right here, then let's click download the ebook, right? And then when they click this, it will redirect them to this URL right here. And then just press next over here. And then this is where you'll configure the AI automations. So then you can comment below their comment as well to kind of thank them for their comment or tell them that you DM them, right? So toggle this on. You can add up to a few variants and to vary the comments so all your comments don't look the exact same, right? Next, this is the email collection step right here. So toggle this on right here. And what this will do is that before you send them the ebook, the AI will ask them for the email first. And then once the customer sends you their email, then they will be able to opt in and download the ebook. So let's go through the flow right here. So once the person comments, we will DM, thanks for your comment. Just click the button below and I'll send you the ebook. They press send me the link. And then we ask, before I send you the link, I'd love to stay in touch. Drop your email below to get the best bits. They send the email and then we drop them the resource right here. So what we've just done is that we've just captured the email. And then what you can do next is that you can press next action and then choose an email provider to send the email to automatically. What this would do is that once you get the email, you can send it, for example, to Kit, or one of your providers might be Beehive. And then once you send it to one of the email providers right here, then you can opt them into an email welcome flow. And this is where you hit them with a sequence of other emails that will span from a few days or even a few weeks to a few months to opt them into whatever you're selling and remarket to them over and over again. So this is how you use AI for social media to answer your customers' questions, capture your customers' phones and emails and send them to your email platform, and sell to your customers 24/7 without you being there. And this is the magic of Meet Alto. It does all of this for you. Click next, and then you can see the campaign overview right here. And then press, then it's live. So you've created your first automation. And then what you can do next is that you can head over to contact. All your contacts and people who've engaged with your profile on social media will be. So with this table, you can see who's engaged with you, what their handle is, how many followers they have, what channel they came from, their email if the AI has captured their email, any lists that you created that they belong to, how many days ago that they were last active, that they engaged with you, and also how many interactions that they engaged with your page. So Meet Alto is kind of like an all-in-one tool where you'll manage your customers' conversations, comments, and contacts on social media to answer questions faster, collect more emails, and make more sales. So right now we have a free plan of up to 1,000 contacts a month. So click the link down below and try it out for yourself.